This is the reading for Chapter 2, Section 2 for Civics in Practice. The main summary sentence I need you guys to remember is that you're going to learn about the early history of the United States government and the successes and problems it experienced. Something that's really important to think about and to remember is that nothing comes without trying. So with our government, we didn't get it right on the first shot at all. It took some serious time to do that. So, some terms to remember. The first one are human rights, and these are the basic rights to which every person is entitled. If you remember from a lesson a few times ago, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are pretty much what these mean. There's a confederation, which is a loose association of states. We're going to learn a little more about that today. And then sovereignty, which is the absolute power of government. What this means for sovereignty, the government's powerful. Section 2, the first government. In 1775, colonists in America rejected the government of Great Britain and fought for their independence. Thomas Jefferson explained how the colonists felt in the Declaration of Independence, which was approved on July 4th, 1776. This document proclaims that the colonists wanted a truly representative government. Now what that means, if you're wondering what the heck does that mean, is that the colonists wanted their new government to reflect themselves. They didn't want it to just be a bunch of people they'd never really heard of before or don't really have an association with. They wanted it to really represent themselves. So, they wanted the power to challenge and change any government that tried to rule without their consent or permission. Remember, consent equals permission. They also wanted their new government to protect human rights, or the freedoms and equality that all people should have. The United States of America was officially formed in 1783 at the end of the Revolutionary War. The Articles of Confederation, which had been approved in 1781 by the 13 states, described the actual plan of government. The United States of America would be a confederation, or a loosely bound group of individual states. This would prevent a central national government from gaining too much power. The national government at that time was called Congress. We still have that today, don't we? Each state had one representative who voted in Congress, no matter how many people lived in that state. Today ours looks a little bit different with the Senate and the House of Representatives and that thing called a presidency. The Articles of Confederation preserved each state's sovereignty, or absolute power. This allowed the 13 states to act independently. Leaders of the new nation hoped this would prevent more troubles with an overly strong national government. Soon after the Revolutionary War, however, new problems arose. Who would settle arguments between the states without borders, taxes, and trade? How could the country appear stronger to the rest of the world? As it was, each state sometimes acted like a separate nation or country. Perhaps a stronger central government would allow them to respond to global matters in one voice. Some states disagreed and wanted to stay independent. They would not obey the laws of Congress. As you will see, this new system of government would need change in order to fix its weaknesses. So what we are talking about here, guys, is that things are a little not so helpful at first. So the government is going to undergo a big change. You guys should know that our government today is not called the Articles of Confederation. Consider this the rough draft to what we have today.